Playtendoguy back for another live stream, and I'm joined as always by Andy from Forgotten World of Movies. And tonight we have two special guests, Ryan from Let's Get Kicking Movies and the brilliant JT at the movies.
How's it going?
How's it all going, everybody? Have we all had a good day?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Yourself?
Been up to anything else, or has it just been work?
Work for me, I'm afraid, yeah. And then just pottering about. We're actually selling the house, so getting a few bits and bobs sorted for that. And I don't think we'll be in a new place this side of Christmas, but it's starting to, sift through paperwork and all the boring legalities that go with that. But exciting times for us. And then I've actually to decide whether at the new place whether or not I have a movie room again.
Wow.
Yeah, we're buying a bigger house, but because we're thinking we might want to start a family in the next couple of years. So I'm sort of thinking, do I build a home cinema again, or do I just sort of pop the collection around the house? Yeah, that's pretty much all going on with me at the moment, Pete.
Wow, exciting times then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What have you been up to today, Andy?
Absolutely fuck all, really. To be honest, nothing exciting. Just do a bit of work from home. Trying to just squeeze in the odd John Carpenter film at the minute. But yeah, other than that, not much.
Yeah. Same here. Haven't really been up to much. Filmed a few videos for the end of the week. That's about it. What about you, Ryan?
Well, I've been to college today when I do English. My anxiety ended up going through the roof and everything. So, I was like a bit, meh for the rest of the day. So, did a bit of coursework and I've made a video for my trip to Horror Road series starting on Friday. So I filmed that. And just to say to anyone, as an early day, I watched the Amityville Asylum, and it's like one of the worst films I've seen in my entire life.
Wow.
It is. That's all I can say. I got my proper review and everything. You'll see that on Monday.
Well, that was going to lead me on to my next question. What was the last film you watched? And you've already answered it, Ryan.
Well, no.
What about you, JT? What was the last film you watched?
Probably quite topical, to be fair. I watched Spectre to review it this weekend, just gone.
Yeah, I did watch your review. It was really good.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Really do.
What about you, Andy?
John Carpenter's The Fog.
The Fog. Cool. Haven't seen that one before. Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good film.
Oh.
Yeah.
Another one
that one out. It's great.
Yeah. As for me, the last film I watched was The Untouchables. Really enjoyed that. Really good gangster film. I thought Sean Connery was really good in it, as well as Kevin Costner. Loved it. Very good film. But yeah, let's go on to the comments. First up, we have Sally back again from last week. Hello, my little loves. Great stream last week. Thank you, Sally. Out tonight, so I'll give you some questions. Thank you. Sally says, what's your favourite Disney film? That's a good question. Who wants to start off?
I don't mind. It's 101 Dalmatians for me.
Oh, brilliant choice.
Love that film. Just absolutely love the story, and I love the classic era Disney films. I think Aladdin might be a close second.
Yes.
But unlike Aladdin, I actually like the live action adaptation of 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, I can remember that when I was a kid. I enjoyed that one as well, the live action one. Yeah. What about you, Andy?
It's pretty bog standard for me, but The Lion King.
Mm.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite animation.
What about you, Ryan?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's a good choice.
That's a good choice.
Probably for me, I'll probably go with like
That's
Lilo and Stitch. I used to love that film as a kid, and I watched it a
What
few
a
months ago,
film.
and it still really stands up well today.
Such a good film is Lilo and Stitch.
Apparently, they're going to do live action. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'll be
I
interested
hope
to
so.
see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like some of these live action Disney ones that they've done have been all right, and some of them have been not so all right recently. And it just seems to be their latest craze, doesn't it? Remaking all the classic films
Oh,
and
definitely.
not
Some of
sure
them
they need
do
to.
well, but I think The Lion King was probably the worst one, in my opinion. I just wasn't very keen on that one. It lacked the charm and the specialness of the original. But yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do it for me really. To be fair, either.
No. Sally says, "What film do you hate?"
There's many films I've hated.
That's a,
Not because
it's
just
a
like,
very
was it?
strong word, is hate.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've only got one that springs to mind. That's the Green Hornet remake with Seth Rogen from about 10 years ago.
Oh,
Cannot stand it.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's nothing to do with Seth Rogen either, because I find him quite funny in other things. And if I'm remembering it rightly, is it Christoph Waltz that's the villain?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think Cameron Diaz is in it as well.
But yeah, I just cannot get on with that film at all.
What about you, Andy?
There's a couple. I really don't like Bugsy Malone at all. I really do hate that film. There's a movie as well called Tank Girl, which I think is absolutely fucking atrocious. Painful watch. But yeah, they'd be my two, I think.
Well,
Fair play.
For me, I'll probably say, mainly because I got it as a kid, absolutely hated it from the start. The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Sod that shit. Sod that shit.
Oh,
That's-
yes,
That film belongs in a goddamn sewer. That's where it stinks. It absolutely stinks of crap. It could have does.
It's
It stinks
so bad,
of
isn't
bloody
it?
Yeah.
crap. I'll say, even if I got a chance, I would literally tell my own self, do not watch this crappy old movie. It doesn't deserve to be watched. And it belongs in a goddamn sewer where it belongs. And that is my not review of it. That's what I will say.
So what about you, Ryan? What film do you hate, bar The Cat in the Hat, and what you watched yesterday?
What I mostly hate. Suicide Squad.
Oh, what, the 2016 one?
Yes, the 2016 one. The one that doesn't make sense. The plot is all over the place.
I agree with that.
They made, was it Enchantress, which would have been a perfect addition to the team? Wasted that and made her into a villain. I was like, ugh. It was too, in my opinion, I think it was like too dramatized in a way.
Yeah.
The Joker shouldn't even be in that movie because it doesn't make sense, because it wasn't even in the Suicide Squad comics, and really, I don't class that film as canon anymore because it's shit. That's what I'm saying. It's shit.
Totally understandable.
That's the film I don't like.
Sally's put loads of questions on here, but I've skipped quite a few of them because we've got loads of people waiting for comments to be answered. So she said here, sorry for so many questions, my darlings. Keep up the wonderful work. Thank you, Sally. Hope you enjoy the replay. Edward's here. Evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Evening, Edward. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Edward.
Hey,
Matt's also here. Evening, Matt.
good evening.
Evening.
Hi, Matt.
First Bond question of the night. Favourite
Ooh.
Bond actor? Ooh. That's a good question. Ooh. Who wants to go first?
Favorite Bond actor?
Yeah.
We're all quiet.
Very, very easy. Dalton.
It's Timothy Dalton for me as well.
I'm gonna probably say Sean Connery. I really quite enjoyed those
Yeah.
earlier films. I watched them the first time like over the lockdown and just fell in love with the first 4 or 5 films. Loved them. What about you, Ryan?
Sean Connery, because he's like, well, I would say like at first, like see when I was growing up, first he watched Daniel Craig, because that like was me. But I'm more familiar with Sean Connery. I think like he pulls off Bond like right off the bat. He like you knew like what he was doing. Like you know what he's gonna get himself into. And the thing is, right? His Bond voice was so suitable, like you read from the books. Then you see like the other Bonds that we get to this day.
Yeah.
So like I feel Sean Connery's Bond is like more faithful to all like Ian Fleming's books himself. Even though Ian Fleming is an absolute twat, but that's fine. That's why Sean Connery is probably my favorite Bond.
Okay.
Fair play, mate.
Yeah. Moving on straight away, we've got Edward. What's your thought on the all-star cast voicing Super Mario Brothers movie?
I'm down
Very
for it.
interesting.
Not even remotely interested in seeing it, I'm afraid.
Really?
No.
Yeah. They got Jack Black in it, which is kind of a surprise. There's a lot of big names, especially
Yeah,
for
it was
video
an
games.
impressive list for a cast, wasn't it? But not.
I
I don't know.
it surprised me as Chris Pratt's going to be in it. That's a surprise.
What do you reckon though? Is he gonna, hi, it's Chris Pratt, or is he gonna, it's a me, Mario? Is he gonna put the voice on, sort of thing?
I think he's going to put the voice on because he did say in the interview he won't be sounding like himself. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but it's not coming out till like Christmas next year, so there's a lot to happen till then. Yeah.
Really, you're gonna have to just wait for a trailer. That's all you can do now.
Yeah, it's been made by the Despicable Me team, so it should be pretty decent.
You just look like it's not a live action.
Yeah, that's one thing. Oh man, that
Playing the
one
Bob Hopkins. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's not great, that, is it?
No,
not really. I watched it for the first time earlier in the year, and I wondered, what the heck am I doing watching this? So bad. So yeah. Matt says, which Bond film would you like most to be remade? Ooh, never really thought about that.
I not necessarily a remake, because I suppose if they were going to remake it, they'd probably remake what they did in the film. But I'd like to see Moonraker adapted properly, because it's probably, or at least in my opinion, the strongest Fleming novel. And the novel really bears no resemblance to what we get in the final film, other than that it contains characters of Bond, M, and Hugo Drax. But it's a much more grounded espionage plot, more or less contained within the United Kingdom, and it's just, I think it would, like, especially if they were, because they're talking about, aren't they, all sorts of things about, like, they might do a, when they reboot it next, they might go back to the 60s and do it period again and stuff like that. If they were going to do something like that, then that'd be one of the ones to do for my money.
Great choice. What about you, Andy?
Just remake Die Another Day because it's so fucking dire.
Do you know, interestingly enough, though, that started out as a remake, or rather a proper adaptation of Moonraker.
Really?
Wow.
They did Die Another Day before they decided to scrap it and do the whole.
Yeah, I kind of do agree with you, Andy. Yeah, we need a
Mhm.
remake of Die Another Day. That is atrocious. That is probably my least favorite Bond film. But yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say in my opinion?
Yeah.
For me,
What's your-
I would say A View to a Kill. I
Hmm.
think that needs remaking.
I would
But,
love
like-
to have seen that with Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, you
Timothy
know,
Dalton should have got way more films.
they should have, for my money, they should have brought Dalton in for View to a Kill. Done. Obviously, they couldn't for legal reasons or whatever in the early 90s, but they should have done one after License to Kill. And controversial opinion here, I reckon he should have done GoldenEye as well.
Ooh.
Hmm.
That's good. Moving on, we've got Mike Woods. Evening, guys. Hope you're all good. Yeah. Thanks for joining, Mike.
How are you, Mike?
Hope you're doing
well. Mike.
Soph's here. Evening, Treacle Tarts. Evening, Soph.
Oh, not the treacle tart thing again, is it? How comes I know?
Matt says, who do you think will replace Daniel Craig as Bond?
Oh, I don't even know about this race.
No.
I'm just like.
It could be anybody. I kind of preferred if it be like an unknown actor, because if it was like a big name like Tom Hardy, you kind of won't be seeing James Bond. You'll be seeing Tom Hardy, if you get what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like if they had like Idris Elba, right? Like if they had him, they should have gotten like years ago.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because is Idris Elba about 50 now, ballpark?
I was going to say he's about 50.
Yeah. And
yes,
I mean, I suppose whilst I'm sure he, like, to your points, Ryan, he would have been absolutely fantastic a decade ago. But
exactly.
they can't afford to have another George Lazenby in terms of or a Dalton, even a one or two films and done.
Yeah.
To my mind, like, it doesn't matter, you know, what race or background somebody comes from that plays the character, but I think it needs to be somebody that's maybe upcoming, maybe doing a bit of either supporting work in film at the moment, but has the potential to be leading man, or maybe somebody stepping up out of TV that's you know, got the talent, the charisma to go up to the next level. And it wants to be somebody that's passionate about it to probably the same degree that Brosnan and Roger Moore were, where they can commit 10, 15 years of their life to it and met one every 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Totally
agree with that.
I mean, that's obviously how it's endured, is because Connery, Dalton, Moore, all them lot, every 2 years religiously. And then obviously, I know things are different now, and there's more slices of the pie because the rights have been split off, and like MGM and United Artists and Universal have got involved now, and Sony and stuff. So there's probably more people to organise. But for the franchise to endure after Daniel Craig, they can't, because it's going to be. I bet it'll be 3 or 4 years before we see another Bond film now after this one.
No.
After that, they can't wait another 3 or 4 years to do the sequel, and then, you know, we can't have an almost 20-year period like we've done with Daniel Craig and only have 4 films.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, this is his 5th film now.
Well, yeah, his 5th film now, yeah, but yeah.
It's just, I still didn't know. Like, in my opinion, right? I was hyped for this, right? I think like since like 2 years ago, when it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out in 2019, but since like it kept getting pushed back, like then it was like supposed to be coming out last year. Like I was hyped up about it like last year as well, but like ever since, like they just kept like pushing it back all the time. I just felt like there's no hype for the film anymore. So, like, I'm just thinking, in my opinion, I just don't think after this one, I just think they should just take a long break.
See, I'd be inclined to disagree because it's literally been 6 years since the last one, and I know COVID hasn't helped.
Oh, yeah.
Because it obviously should, like you say, it should have come out 18 months ago. And the whole bit with Danny Boyle sort of, I mean, we don't know, do we? But I think it's widely speculated that Danny Boyle wanted to kill him off, didn't he? Because it's a self-contained arc. And the producers weren't too happy about whatever he was going to do story-wise. It was too bold for them. But obviously there's been too much sort of time passed. I think, like I say, for to keep it relevant and to make sure it does endure, they need to be 2 or 3 years at most, and then here's a new James Bond.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that they haven't been, and we don't know whether they have or not, but that they haven't been working in the background to get the new James Bond cast. Because next year's the 60th anniversary of the cinematic franchise, and there's going to be, besides the home media release of No Time to Die, which will probably be January, I would think, unless they bring it forward to Christmas this year. Because a lot of films have been doing that, haven't they, where they've been bringing the DVD and Blu-ray releases forward because home media and streaming and COVID's just changed the playing field, hasn't it? There's going to be nothing in 2022. So I wondered whether or not they might want to try and announce a new Bond for next year. But don't know.
I think they're going to announce the new Bond next year, because I did see an article somewhere saying that they're going to have an event sometime next year to announce whoever takes over. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
So, I did see a few weeks ago they're releasing Goldfinger on 4K, so probably they'll release the rest of the Bond franchise on 4K next year.
Yeah, to be fair, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Soph says, I think Idris Elba would be a good James Bond. What do you think? Yeah, I do agree, but I think he's a bit too old now. Probably about 5 years ago, he'd have been perfect, but now he's like in his 50s. He's getting a bit too old for it.
You see me with Idris Elba, I see him as Luther in my eyes. That's like, he spent most of his time doing Luther when he could he could have been cast as Bond. Like when before Daniel Craig was announced, he could have easily got, he was an unknown actor back then. Like, nobody knew who he was. If the people who was doing all the auditions and everything, I think we could have had Idris Elba back then, but no.
I agree. He'd knock it out of the park. It's just been it's just been sort of a missed opportunity, really, hasn't it? But Daniel Craig's been great. Even if the movies around him have varied in quality, he I think has been consistent as James Bond. I don't think anybody's ever had any.
Been a very good Bond.
Yeah.
What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I think he would have made a good one, but I just think it's too late in the day now. I think it needs to be an unknown, if I'm honest, because I remember when I can cast my mind back to when Daniel Craig got announced, and I remember thinking, who the fuck is this guy? And loads of people have really, really grown to love him as Bond. He's not my personal favourite Bond, but he's a lot of people's favourite Bond. But yeah, I just think it needs to be an unknown. I think that's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, I think you've got it in one.
Yeah, I don't know that he's necessarily unknown, and he's definitely up and coming. But I really like Richard Madden from The Bodyguard for the part.
What, Richard Madden? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd be a good George, yeah. Matt says, "Who's your favourite Bond villain?"
Sanchez.
Very good choice. I did like Javier Bardem's character in Skyfall. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, he's very menacing, isn't he? He's Silver.
Yeah, I just really liked his portrayal of the character. It was just done really well. And also Mads Mikkelsen as Le Chiffre, his name is, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Le Chiffre, yeah.
What about you, Andy?
I've got quite a few actually. I like Zorin.
Yeah.
I like is it Strongberg? Spy Who Loved Me. I think he's got a fantastic sounding voice. I like Christopher Lee Scaramanga. But yeah, I think for me the favorite villains aren't the main villain. I like the side villains. Like I like Oddjob and I like Jaws and Mr. Kidd and Mr. Quint and Stamper.
Red Grant as well.
Yeah, I just enjoy the side ones a bit more, I think, than the main ones. For me, but yeah, that's just my opinion, though. But yeah,
some really good choices there. What about you, Ryan?
Me. I would say like my all-time favorite is probably would be Jaws because of his like metal teeth and everything.
Yeah.
And like I really enjoyed like these portrayal, like how like he doesn't talk because he's just like going out. It's just like it's basically just like one of these villains that are just who are just ordered to go out and kill Bond. And like I just like using these metal teeth, like breaking metal cable, like making like breaking like metal cables and stuff, like all these kind of things. I felt like now this is like a James Bond villain that we should have got as a main, but as a side villain, I think like he's like one of like the most notable Bond villains that you see.
Oh yeah, it's so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've got Southend Arts Council here. Hi from Let's Talk Criterion. Thanks for joining.
Hello.
We've even got Big Paulie here. Hi fellas, how are you all doing this evening? Thanks for
Hey,
joining.
Paulie.
We've also got John from Mondo Chelifec Movies here. Hi John. All right,
Hey,
lads,
John.
Hi, John.
Again.
John.
But hope to check the stream out in parts. Also watching JT's Bond reviews of Daniel Craig movies. Really enjoying them.
Thanks, John. That's nice. I know John's not really the biggest James Bond fan, to be fair. So I think he's giving the Daniel Craig ones another go because I've seen No Time's coming out.
Yeah.
I think he picked up Quantum of Solace the other day, didn't he, on 4K?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got it on the 4K.
Yeah, they're really good for $9.99, I think. Yeah. Matt says, which Bond film has the longest running time?
I think
it's a new one, isn't it?
I'm going to say, well, it's going to be the new one, but is it Majesties before that, or was Skyfall slightly longer? Can't remember.
I think it might be Her Majesty's because I remember that one's like about 2.5 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
About 100 minutes, isn't it? It's quite a long film.
I know Quantum's the shortest, but feels the longest.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Soph says, JT, your Fleetwood Mac cover was incredible. I agree. It was fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, they're my favourite band. One project I've decided I'm actually going to do. I've done Don't Stop as well. It was purely by chance that I decided to do that one again. But I'm interspersed with my movie videos, obviously, because that's what the channel's about. I'm going to recreate the Rumours album.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's
So,
brilliant.
Awesome.
yeah, so I think Go Your Own Way is up next on my list, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna recreate the whole album.
Ooh.
Looking forward to watching them.
Well, that won't be gone. That'll be interesting.
Big Polly says, I believe No Time to Die has the longest running time, just short of 3 hours. Yeah.
I'm intrigued about its runtime. I hope it's not like a convoluted mess. I hope it doesn't feel like 3 hours, if that makes sense.
I can get where you're coming from, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt says, how many times has an Aston Martin car appeared in the James Bond films?
Let me think. Goldfinger, Thunderball, Majesties, Roger Moore Never Drives one. Both Dalton films. He gets obviously the one with the lasers and stuff in thing, and he briefly drives one in License to Kill at the Florida Keys. GoldenEye, Die Another Day. What's that? 7, and then all 5 Craig film. 12.
Wow,
Ooh.
incredible knowledge.
It's bordering on sad, really, isn't it?
Matt says, what's your favourite gadget that has appeared in a Bond film?
I don't know if it's my favourite because I'd have to really think about it, but I always like the idea of the rebreather from Thunderball. The little, he puts it in his mouth and it's essentially a scuba kit, but it's the size of a pen.
Yeah. Wasn't there like a laser watch as well he had?
Is that Never Say Never Again? Or is the one in the official series as well?
Can't remember now, but I think it was in Never Say Never Again. I haven't seen
No,
that.
he uses. Yeah, he uses. I'm sure he uses one in that one to get out of they're in like the castle prison, aren't they? And
What about you, Andy?
I kind of like Scaramanga's Golden Gun, if I'm honest. I kind of like how it's like all these different pieces, and then you put them together and you get an absolute weapon. For me, that's mine. I also like Little Nelly as well.
Oh, Little Nelly's so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. What about you, Ryan?
My favorite gadget. Oh, that's a hard one. That one. Guys, it's been ages since I watched the Bond films. I can't remember. I can't even remember, mate.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember.
You're okay.
Aye.
Matt's back with who's your favourite Bond girl?
Oh, yeah, no.
Are we going in terms of like character, or who we find most attractive, or both, or?
I'm gonna gather both, I assume. I really don't know.
In terms of strength of character, I would probably say Vesper Lind.
Yeah, I definitely.
But if you were asking me who I think's the most attractive, I'd say Jane Seymour in Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the one in The Spy Who Loved Me. I thought her she worked really well with Roger Moore at the time.
Yeah. It's and you're Barbara back in it, Mrs. Ringo Starr.
Yeah, Ringo Starr's wife.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, Solitaire, Jane Seymour. I like the two from License to Kill as well.
Right. Sorry about this. We seem to be having some issues here. Is this the one, Ryan?
No. It's
Oh yeah, I see now. Sorry about this. We seem to be having some trolls in here. They have now
Good.
gone. Sorry about that. Right. There we go. We're back onto Bond girls. So, you did say yours, didn't you, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought because I had to do all that. What about you, Ryan?
Oh, well, I'm going to say back during Michelle Yeoh's younger years, I would say Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
She was fit back in the day. Absolutely loved her.
Yeah. Was it Tomorrow Never Dies? That was the film she was in.
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah, she
Yeah, it
was
was.
Lynn, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
The only thing that annoyed me about that character is they did such a great job of setting her up as Bond's equal and then threw it all away in the third act.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Most underrated Bond film.
Mike knows my answer to this. He probably knows Andy's as well. It's License to Kill for me.
Yeah. I will have to give a soft shout out to Man with the Golden Gun though. I really do have a soft spot for that film. I know it's not one of Moore's best, but I've got a sort of nostalgic connection to it.
I love that one too. I think it was possibly the first one of Roger Moore's I saw all the way through.
Yeah. I think that's why I like it as well, because it was my first Moore one.
It's a lot of fun, that film is. I like that.
Yeah. Christopher Lee's a great villain, and you've got Nick Nack as well. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the film per se. I think Roger Moore's a little bit inconsistent, isn't he? Inconsistent, if I could speak. Sorry. He's trying to be Connery. He's trying to be his own man. He's trying to be somewhere in between.
For me, I'd probably say either On Her Majesty's Secret Service or For Your Eyes Only. I really like that one. I thought that was quite underrated.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
For Your Eyes is a cracking film. Yeah.
For me, I'll probably say The World Is Not Enough. That is pretty underrated.
I had a really good time with that one. I revisited it this time around. For years, I hated it, and I always put it bottom at ranking. And it's not shot up the rankings by any stretch after rewatching them all this time. But I had more fun with it this time when I was reviewing them for the channel than I have done in years.
Yeah, I remember liking it quite a lot. It's a good fun film. I think the only real Brosnan film I don't like is Die Another Day. Yeah.
Such a missed opportunity. Such a missed opportunity.
John says, one of my favourite stunts is that car jump over the broken bridge in The Man with the Golden Gun.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, I can remember that.
It's a great stunt. It just has that stupid sound effect over it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, if ever there was a moment in the series where you'd want a real bombastic piece of Bond music from John Barry, it's there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
don't know what they were smoking, do you? Say, right, okay, let's have a slide with the lads.
Yeah. AJ's here.
Hey, AJ.
Hey, AJ.
Hey, AJ. He was watching Arachnophobia, so he's like, hope
great
you
film.
enjoyed the film, AJ.
Yeah, such a good film, that.
Yeah.
Not a film I'd watch. I'm arachnophobic. I don't like spiders.
Yeah, you won't like that film then.
No, definitely not.
It's got some great actors in it.
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I thought it was, in terms of like the spider effects are mostly practical, aren't they?
Yeah,
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought that they were, in a great way. I thought they were quite cheesy. Like, I didn't find it too scary or anything like that. It was almost, even though I don't think it's meant to be a comedy, is it? It's almost comedic.
Yeah. That's it in a nutshell. it's like even if you're terrified of spiders, you can still have an absolute blast with the film. It's so much fun. It really is. I just enjoy it massively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Polly here, and he says, Did you hear about the group of people who want certain scenes removed from Sean Connery's films, namely the scenes where he forces himself upon the ladies against their wills?
Oh god.
I have heard
Well-
comments about it, but
The thing is, though, those films are adaptations quite closely to Ryan's point earlier of the Fleming novels, and the character of James Bond isn't a nice character. He's not really supposed to be a likable hero. And the films were of their time. Those scenes have aged horribly. And to be fair, if I put Goldfinger or Thunderball on now, I cringe at watching those scenes, especially the one where he's in the barn with Pussy Galore. It's an uncomfortable watch, but I suppose really appreciating it as a piece of art, you have to kind of take it for what it's worth and appreciate the time that it was made and maybe the values that were adhered to at the time. And then again, what's it adapted from? It's written by, like you say, Fleming, reportedly not really a nice bloke, quite a misogynist, and really, really outdated views on women. And it's yes, but I just have to sort of separate the art really from it, I suppose, really, and sort of just I suppose if sort of playing devil's advocate a bit, you could sort of, if you wanted to, like they've done with Dad's Army, there's a lot of racist commentary in that characters make at the the expense of other characters as well. And I think the BBC puts a title card before showing them now, basically summarising more or less what I've just said there about that they're of the time, and we don't intend to cause any offence, we don't align with these views, and sort of basically take it for what it is. I suppose you could do that, but I don't know about removing scenes. I think to be able to progress as a society and to learn from things, I think you have to be able to see where you've come from.
Yeah.
I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
What about you, Ryan? What do you think?
It's just I just think it's just getting weird. It's getting way too like mad. It's like it was the same like before. I think because it all started like during the whole Black Lives Matter thing that happened then last year. It's like when all that started happening, then all these like other stuff started happening. So it's I just think people are just taking it too far now. Like this is like what the director of the new Bond film said. If you saw the article, he said that he was like named Bond a rapist, but like sometimes well he's not really a rapist. He's not really a rapist. He's just like trying to get information because he was doing his job, right? It's a one scene of James Bond raping a woman. No.
To be fair, yes, there is, but like I said, the scene in Goldfinger where he pressures Pussy Galore into sex, and then there's a scene very similar echoed in Thunderball where the nurse in the hospital that he's staying in has had nothing to do with the fight that's broken out, but Bond makes it sound like it's her fault and basically says, I think the words are, "My silence will have a price."
Oh,
so, yeah, he's right in what he's saying. The character that they write now isn't, I don't think, a rapist. But you can't look at those early Sean Connery films and say that he's not a sexual predator, because he is.
There's a lot of dated things in the older films, definitely. I know when I rewatched them a few months ago, there's some things I'm, oh man, I can't believe they used to allow that. But again, it is a product of its time, and they really should be kept in there just to show how far we have, as you said, progressed as a society and how we have improved. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think they should like the old Looney Tunes cartoons. They sort of come with like, I know, like Whoopi Goldberg does like a disclaimer to say, these cartoons are very much a product of the times. They're wrong then, they're wrong now, but it was sort of like the done thing back then, as wrong as they are. But like JT was saying, how are we supposed to learn? How is a future generation supposed to learn from it and not make the same mistakes? You getting rid of it and deleting it isn't fixing it in any way, shape, or form. In my opinion, it's not the way to go about doing things. I don't think it has to be there to look at it and go, let's not let that happen again.
Exactly.
Yeah. 100%. AJ said this is why we need physical media in case they do get edited and cut. Walk on, always believe. Watch your lads. Hope you're all well. Have you seen the new Creepshow series? I have not seen it as of yet. The trailer looks fantastic. We'll
I didn't even know they made a new series.
I never even know. No. Wow.
I've only seen the first film.
I've seen the first two. I haven't seen the series.
I've only seen the first one as well. I've got the second one. Mike Woods had a clear out of DVDs at Christmas last year, and he sent the second one up my way. So I've still got that to watch on the shelf somewhere, but I haven't got round to it yet. But yeah, I didn't know that there'd been is it a remake or a continuation? I suppose they're like anthologies, aren't they? Really? So I suppose it won't necessarily need to be a remake. Or you could continue it quite easily, but.
Ooh, I'll have to check out the trailer later. That sounds really interesting. Cool. AJ said, just bought the DVD of Splash because of Disney's tampering.
Fair dues.
I've never seen Splash. No,
I haven't either, so I'm not too sure what AJ's on about there. I'm assuming they've edited it for Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's the Ron Howard film, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's
it is. It's
Ron
the
Howard
one where
Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah.
It's about a mermaid.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I think John Candy's in it as well, and Eugene Levy.
And Tom Hanks as well.
Very solid cast.
Yeah.
Definitely is. Walk on, always believe says, I'm not a James Bond fan, but for me, the perfect James Bond would be Scott Adkins.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I can't bring his face to mind, I'm afraid.
No, I can't either.
No,
just sort of agreeing. Yeah.
We do James here, Jim Jam Movies and TV.
Hi, James. How you doing,
Hey, mate.
We also have Carl here. Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. Hi, Carl. Hope you're doing
well.
Hi,
Carl. Me and Carl have been saying for about 18 months we're going to do some sort of collaboration together. We've still not put our heads together about it. Like whenever we message or leave comments or whatever, it's like, and we will have a call or we'll do something and we'll put a video together. But I've not forgotten either, buddy.
Carl's an absolutely brilliant guy. When we had him on the screen,
he's one of my favourite people on the platform.
Oh, he's such a really nice and really down-to-earth guy.
I was horrified the other week when there was all that nonsense going on somebody making horrible videos and stuff like that. And obviously, horrible that it happens to anybody. But when I saw that Carl had been a subject of it, it broke me heart. I was just thinking, you couldn't wish to meet a nicer bloke. And
definitely.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Laura E.
That's my missus.
It's your partner. Oh, hello there, Laura. James thinks that the lad from The Bodyguard will be really good. You did say Richard Madden, isn't it? His name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he not in the new Eternals movie?
Yes, he's in Eternals. Yes.
Oh, is he?
So that means he might be like Like once that Marvel game goes up, he'll probably end up doing more Marvel movies than Bond. Like if he does become Bond.
Was he in
Yeah, I
Rocket
think
Man
I
as
think
well?
Yes, he was in Rocket
yeah,
Man.
he's
I
the
think.
producer, isn't he?
And,
What's he? Oh,
nine-
John.
ni-
Yeah,
Yeah, 1917 as well.
yeah. He has
At
a
the end. At the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in quite a few things, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Laura says, I don't know what his first name is. Jean Page would be a good choice. I don't know who he is.
I think he's the lad from Bridgerton. So he was.
Yeah.
I think
A lot of people have been saying
what-
about this guy from Bridgerton.
Yeah, well, he's all over. I've not seen the show, so I can't comment on his acting. But I think has he done an advert or like one of these perfume things or whatever, where he's all suited and booted or something? And I think, to be fair, he looked the part in a suit, but there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Laura is a big fan of Jaws. Yeah, Jaws.
Oh, she loves Jaws. We have a Moonraker poster up on the wall here 'cause it's her favourite Bond film.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Sterling Dave says, "All right, me babbers." Hi, thanks for
Hey,
joining,
Dave.
Dave.
Yeah, hey Dave.
Edward says, "What's your favourite Daniel Craig movie?"
Casino Royale.
At the moment, probably Knives Out.
Yes, I love
Oh,
that.
wait. I forgot about mine. So, see, I haven't seen that many Daniel Craig movies. I really just know him as Bond, really. Well, I did see him in Cowboys and Aliens. That was bad.
Yeah, it's just popcorn fun, is that film, isn't it? Really, it's not. It's no special. It's no offensive. It's just James Bond meets Indiana Jones, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
Logan Lucky, Joe Bang.
Oh, I forgot about that. What a film that is.
Oh, Leah K.
Yeah. There's also a war film called Defiance. He was really good in that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic film as well.
Yeah.
I really liked him in the Fincher remake of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo as well.
Yeah, that was a pretty good remake. They only did like one, didn't they, with Daniel Craig, and then they like did Spiderweb one, wasn't it? Changed.
Yeah, they did different actors on that. Yeah.
Yeah. John says, I honestly thought they missed a trick not releasing a Bond film in 2007.
Yeah, I've always thought that as well.
Yeah. That does. Frags Gaming's here, and he says Frank Grillo would make an awesome Bond villain.
He probably wouldn't. Hey, am I thinking of the right guy? Is he Crossbones from the Marvel movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he plays Crossbones. Yeah.
He would. I don't know about a leading villain, but he'd certainly make a good heavy.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Dave Bautista.
Yeah, he was wasted, wasn't he?
He was good in. Was it Spectre?
Yeah. It was good. They kind of had a bit of a Jaws thing going on with him, but he was a bit like he wasted potential there again.
Yeah. Stacey said, "Me and Carl like Jaws." Yeah, brilliant character. Oh, comments gone all weird again. Wow. Right. AJ says License to Kill is the best Bond film, in his opinion.
AJ's right.
100%. He's right.
Yeah.
No, shit.
Stacey says, "Is Andy is the villain with the cat?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he.
It's just.
Love it.
Andy, you are now Blofeld.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just record that scene.
Yeah.
You just stroking the cart and just like, I've been expecting you, Mr. Bond. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Like solid.
Carl says, "What's your favourite Bond car?" His is the DB5.
I think mine might
So
be the
I-
Lotus Esprit.
Pardon?
I think, do we all speak at once? I said I think mine's the Lotus Esprit.
Very good choice. Yeah. I'll probably say the same. I can remember the Lotus one. I can't remember which film it was in though.
It's the Spy Who Loved Me.
Spy Who Loved Me. Yeah, Spy Who Loved Me
is
primarily.
Is that the one that goes underwater, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
sub
submarine.
one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I agree with Carl, DB5, but I've got a soft spot for the Lotus as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Didn't ask me. I didn't know anything about cars.
Okay.
So it's just nobody asking me.
Carl says, "James, are you going for a 3 a.m. review? I think the UK has no time to die before the States." Yeah, I think the States have it like
Fantastic.
mid-October, don't they?
Yeah. Yes, I am. So the plan of attack is so after we're done on the stream tonight, I'm going to shoot a little bit of an intro to it. And then after work tomorrow, I'm headed round to my friends. We're having a Spectre viewing party. So we're gonna rewatch Spectre. And then we've booked for the midnight showing. So we're gonna head out then to the pub near the cinema, have a pint and maybe a bit of a debate around what we think. I might capture a bit of footage. And then, sort of 3 a.m. when it's done, I'm going to do an in the car park spoiler-free review, and then that'll be out at some point Thursday morning. Is the plan? I've even got a ready to drop at midnight going into Thursday morning. The debriefing 007 No Time to Die trailer ready to go.
Oh, cool! Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Sounds like you're gonna have an absolute blast tomorrow. Wow.
yeah, it's Christmas for me tomorrow.
I can imagine. Matt says, "Hoping to do an Aston Martin track day for my 50th next year." Wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, whilst I'm not big on cars, it would be quite cool to go and drive a DB5 or whatever around a track.
Yeah, I agree. That would be incredible. John says, "I like the white car that sprouts, spins, and travels underwater like sub. Had the toy as a kid."
That's a Lotus,
Lotus,
yeah.
Right. Matt said the Lotus, and he also had the toy as well.
Yeah, I've got my dad's old toy of it somewhere from when he was a kid.
Matt says, "Great documentary on ITV on Sunday, being James Bond. Worth watching on ITV Player if you missed it." I watched it yesterday. That was really good.
I did the same after work yesterday. I missed it on Sunday night, but put it on after work yesterday, and it was really good because it was like a podcast, really, wasn't it, between the producers and Daniel Craig? But then they put like clips and stills and things over the top of it, so it was.
Yeah,
I thought it was quite
really
nice retrospective.
I didn't know. Sorry, what were you saying?
I just said it was a nice retrospective of his tenure.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, I was surprised so many people actually hated him when he was first announced. I couldn't believe it because I was obviously young at the time, so I really didn't pay much notice. But watching that, it was absolutely incredible. Some of the harsh comments he had at the time.
I reckon they'll be the same when the next person's cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you will be right.
I think it'll be possibly even worse because we're in an age of social media, and as we all know, because we all do it for a hobby. Everybody's got a forum for their opinion. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe, like, during Spectre, he, like, hurt his leg and he was having to still film the film whilst he had like a cast on his leg or something.
Yeah, he did. He said he put like a cast under his trouser leg and stuff, and he was still
Hmm.
carrying on. And
Wow, incredible.
dedication.
That
It
shows
certainly
how much commitment he had for the role.
it does. I was just going to say exactly that, Pete, and it sort of also clarifies his comments when they said, "Do you fancy doing another one?" He said he'd rather top himself or whatever he said. And it's like, yeah, if I'd done a 6-month grueling job on a broken leg, I'd probably think somewhat similar as well.
What was it now? John said, "That's it, Matt. White Lotus. I'm sure I saw that in the Cheswick Museum as a reproduction." Wow.
Yeah.
Matt
the one
did go to
in the Keswick Museum wasn't a reproduction; it was the real one.
Really?
Yeah, they
Wow.
scrapped it after they filmed the submarine scene in Barbados, and they
Yeah.
scrapped it afterwards. Because obviously the ones where they're in the underwater, it's all on sound stages and clever photography and all that sort of stuff. But the one that they drove off the pier, obviously ruined the car, so it just went in a scrapyard. And the curator of that museum, I think they've sold it all now to Bond in Motion, but when that museum was there, they went out to Barbados or wherever it was in the 90s, and it was still in the scrapyard.
Really?
Yeah. So they brought it back and restored it, but it is a screen used Lotus. Oh, that one was. Don't know whose collection it's in now, but when that museum was there, yeah.
That's incredible. Matt did go to that expedition, but sadly it's not there anymore. It would be great to see those cars in motion.
Yeah.
Cobra Viper's here. Hi, thanks for joining. And they say
Hello.
that it was the 60s, it was a different time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda's here, Slow Reviews. Hi, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, man.
And
Long Gone versus Amazing Vehicles.
Yeah.
They sold the cars and they got spread all over the place. Cobra says, "Who is everyone's favourite director?" Ooh.
My favorite director is John Carpenter because I just because I think he puts so much effort into his movies. I just think like he knows what he's doing. Like he was the one who brought us Halloween, the original. He he also wrote the story, and like you know, then he created and he got the idea to create the famous mask that we see to this day, which is basically just an inside out version of William Shatner. So like that's what it is, and then bringing us like good films like Big Trouble in Little China, They Live, like In the Mouth of Madness, even Assault on Precinct 13. I just really enjoy his work because he's
a great filmmaker, isn't he?
But I'm just like sad that he hasn't done a film since 2010 because he lost his love for movies. I think he still likes movies, but I think he fell out of love for making movies. So like,
what was the final film? I can't remember.
The Ward.
Is it any good?
I haven't seen it.
It's all right. I don't mind.
I'm just wondering, maybe because obviously being an older chap now, I'm just wondering.
It's okay. It's definitely not his best work by any means, but it's
watchable. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not as bad as Ghosts of Mars, is it?
Oh, don't talk to me about Ghosts of Mars. Don't. It's rubbish.
I bought that recently because I saw it was John Carpenter and knew nothing about it. And like showed a lad that I work with in office. He said, "Oh, what have you picked up today?" And so I showed him that, and he went, "Oh, I feel sorry for you. You're gonna watch that." And then when I showed it in my monthly update or whatever, I think a lot of the comments on that particular video were, "You've bought that? Well, good luck."
Yeah.
Oh, the worst thing is I've got to get that part of my junk
It's a
out of my
rough one,
collection,
though.
and that's what I'm risking. Oh, you see me, right? I just don't think I wouldn't pay 12. I wouldn't like pay like 12 quid for that movie. I'd rather pay like 1 or 2 quid on Blu-ray because it just doesn't really stand to this day. It's just total crap. It will always be crap.
What about you, Andy?
Oh, Kubrick and Cameron, I think.
Very good choices.
For me,
Excellent.
don't really think they've got. I don't think they've really got a bad film in their catalogue. Really. Yeah, I think what qualifies for me as a favorite director is if they make home runs in their entire catalogue, if they make really really good, consistently good films. That's what they have to do. It's like you've got like Clint Eastwood and Steven Spielberg who are like, yeah, when they're good, but when they're bad, they're bad.
Oh yeah, I do agree.
But yeah, I'd throw Scorsese in that mix as well. Of good directors, not the ones who are like hit and miss, but he's really, really consistent.
Does take
What
his
about
time
you,
with his
Jake?
movies.
Oh yeah.
Scorsese's a shout. I think my favourite director is probably David Fincher. But I would also have not David Cameron. No good. I wouldn't have him anywhere near anything. I'd have James Cameron. I'd have him in my top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's a mix of all sorts. Spielberg. I do like Clint Eastwood. Kubrick. Some of the films I've seen have been outstanding, and I'm slowly getting into the John Carpenter films as well. But shall we do the quiz?
Great.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, go on.
Oh
I'm gonna
no.
get booked at this.
Well, I think you and JT will probably end up getting all 30 questions right. I don't know about Ryan. I haven't made him too
30?
hard, so Ryan could get quite a few.
Before I'm starting, I'm getting a bloody drink before this.
Okay,
Yeah, I'd be desperate to make a coffee. I think I should have just went.
I might have to go for a bathroom break if that's all right.
yeah, I think I might have to as well. So yeah, we'll leave the quiz for a few more minutes whilst we go for a toilet and let Ryan get his drink.
All right,
Great stuff.
back in a few.
See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Well, he's left it live, folks, hasn't he? Oh, let's have a look. Can I see any comments whilst we're here? I have, mate. Yeah, I've been left on my own. I've got the stream up on a thing there, so I can see some comments. Yeah, David Lynch, Scorsese, Cronenberg, all great shouts. I love The Fly. That's a really good film. Is The Fly? That's my favourite Cronenberg one.
I'm back.
So Pete, yeah, I was gonna say you're brave, Pete, leaving me unsupervised with your crowd.
I trust you. Yeah. Thanks for joining tonight. It's been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, I love it. It's
Yeah.
really nice to sit and have a natter. And
I've been wanting to get you back on for quite a while now, so it's great to have you on here. Let's go for a few more comments whilst Ryan's taking his time. Carl says, thanks, guys, for the kind words. No problem, mate.
Top fella, Carl.
Oh, yes. Scotty's here. Hi, Scotty. Hi, guys.
Yeah,
Hope you're well. What was the first Bond film you saw on the big screen? Mine was Moonraker when he was about 6. Cool.
excellent.
Good choice. So, what was the first Bond film you saw in cinemas, JT?
It was Casino Royale. Yeah, I'd have been, what would I have been, 13, 14 when that one came out. I was going to go see Die Another Day with my dad, but how dare he opted to take my mum instead. So, yeah. So, yeah, the pair of them went, and then I get it now as an adult, but surprisingly, he didn't want to go back to the cinema and watch it again when I said, well, can you take me next weekend instead? No, we'll wait for video, he said.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, it was, well, because I remember Tomorrow Never Dies being in the cinema by where I lived at the time, and the queues were being absolutely massive. And then I remember the massive spectacle that was, The World's Not Enough when that came out at the cinema. But all the Brosnan ones were 12s, and when they came out, I was too young to see them. So the first one I saw when I actually turned 12 was Die Another Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I came out of the cinema absolutely fucking loving it. I absolutely loved it when I saw it at the cinema, and it is because I was a stupid 12-year-old, and I just loved it for the dumb storyline and the dumb movie that it was, and I just thought that's really, really good. And as the years have gone by, it's the opinions.
There's something in being a Bond fan though, and I don't know whether it's just me. You guys might agree, but like when I came out of Spectre, I was so hyped for the fact that I'd seen another Bond movie. I was like, oh my god, better than Skyfall, and just absolutely singing its praises. And then, like I said in my review, when I got the Blu-ray a few months later and tried to watch it, I just couldn't get on with that third act in London at all. And so I don't know whether there's the hype. Like tomorrow when I do my spoiler-free thing on Thursday morning, I'm gonna have to really try and be balanced, because I don't want to come out and be like, yeah, it's the best thing ever. It might well be, but
See, Spectre to me is like you're serving someone with an absolutely top-notch, fantastic meal, and before you get to the table, you go arse the tip and drop the food fucking everywhere. That to me is the pinnacle of what Spectre's like. Yeah. It falls
really
apart at the end. Yeah. It's such a struggle.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Casino Royale and Skyfall, both top tier for me. It's really hard to choose between them at times. But Spectre, I kind of lost interest near the end.
Yeah. I think Skyfall's my favourite one of Daniel Craig's. I'm not the biggest fan of Casino Royale. That's just me. I don't gel with that film at all. Yeah. But it's probably my next favourite one. Definitely. And then it's after that, it's probably Spectre and then Quantum.
Yeah. Quantum was released during like a writer's strike, wasn't it? So they had to cobble together a script or something, because that's what it said in the documentary the other night. I didn't know that.
They wrote it as they went, didn't they? Which sort of makes it. It makes so much sense when you watch it back and you think, right, well, that's why it's a convoluted mess.
As for me, for the first film I've seen at the cinema of the Bond, well, I haven't actually seen a Bond at the cinema, but I'm hoping to see No Time to Die at the weekend. But I can tell you the first Bond film I watched was GoldenEye. I can remember watching that when I was about 5 or 6. Really enjoyed it. Definitely one of my favourite Bond films.
It's a great one.
Yeah. Where's these comments gone? What's your favourite Bond theme tune? Oh, that's quite a few.
Duran Duran, View to a Kill.
Yeah. I always like Nobody Does It Better, and I also really like Skyfall. I just think that's such an epic theme and perfectly encapsulates that film so well.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
What about
Yeah.
you, JT?
I would say I like the 80s runner themes, sort of. Pretty much nobody does it better. Late 70s onwards, right through to View to a Kill, and I quite like the two Dalton ones as well.
Yeah,
I like the Chris Cornell one for Casino Royale, and loved Skyfall as well.
Mhm.
Wasn't bothered about the Sam Smith one or the White Stripes track.
I wasn't that keen on the Sam Smith one.
I'm quite taken with, and I'm not really a Billie Eilish fan, but I'm quite taken with her song.
Yeah,
I've
I
only
listened
heard
to it the first time the other day, and I thought it was pretty quite good.
But it's better than the bloody Sam Smith one that we got a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Well, that one on its own, I just thought it were a dirge. In the context of the film, it seemed to work a little bit better. I think they cut it down a bit, and it seemed to play better over the title sequence. But should be able to stand on its own as a good song, really.
Definitely. What's your favourite Bond song, Ryan?
A view to a Kill, Duran Duran.
Tune.
True. Matt says, if your cat was white, Andy, you'd be a great Blofeld.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah.
Cobra says, was hoping Dave Bautista would come back as a Jaws type character. You never actually saw him die in Spectre.
Yeah.
Fair shout.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the final comment before we do the quiz is, John, got to shoot off now, guys, unfortunately. Enjoyed the part I've seen. As James said, I'm not a huge Bond fan, but I do enjoy the Roger Moore and Daniel Craig ones. We'll catch up with the rest. Thanks ever so much for joining, John.
Cheers, John, mate.
Thanks, John. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Right. So, how you got your pen and paper in, Ryan? You ready?
Oh God.
Don't worry, it ain't going to be too hard.
Now, but somehow I always end up getting myself dragged into a quiz. There's always a quiz I get dragged into.
Well, we did a quiz the other night. Well, you done a quiz the other night. But yeah, this will be really easy for both JT and Andy. Definitely. I can see full marks for the pair of them.
I've got to say it. Lovely 30 questions.
Yeah. So
Great.
when you're ready, just tell me and I'll start.
Ready when you are, Pete.
Yeah.
I've got word pad open.
Right.
Got my iPad.
So you
Not
ready?
gonna
Right. What was the first Bond novel to be written by Ian Fleming?
I'm just gonna guess.
Ready for the next question?
Go for it,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
Yep. Appearing in You Only Live Twice, what was Little Nelly?
Oh, no, I should know this question. Little Nelly.
Right. Question 3. Which action star made his small debut in A View to a Kill?
Small action star.
Question 4. Which famous comedian appeared in the 1983 film Never Say Never Again?
Oh, easy. I think we'll be gonna have words after this quiz.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I did tell you to research a bit of James Bond before coming on to the stream, and you said you know a lot about James Bond, so...
Well, I should. It's been ages since I watched all the films, you know. Like really, I should have started months ago because of the new Bond films coming out, but I forgot,
So,
so
yeah.
I'm a bit rusty.
Right. Next question. What was the original planned title for License to Kill?
What was the question?
What was the original planned title for License to Kill?
I didn't know that. Bloody hell.
Right.
Then I'm gonna leave that one blank.
Okay, when you're ready for the next one, just say.
I'm ready.
Yes,
Aye,
Colin.
ready when you are.
Yeah. You ready for the next one?
Go for it.
Go on.
Yep. Which two Bond films starred Robbie Coltrane as Valentin Sukovsky?
What? Which two Bond? Was it?
Which two Bond films did Robbie Coltrane star in?
Robbie Coltrane. Would be one of the newer ones. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. Question 7. Who played the iconic Bond villain Jaws?
Ah! I'm failing miserably. God, I meant to be a Bond fan and I didn't know half the freaking stuff.
Question 8. Which Stranger Things actor played Greg Beam in Quantum of Solace?
I didn't realise until I watched it this time round for the review series that it was him, and I was actually shocked.
So,
it's amazing what a bit of facial hair and like working out can do, isn't it, for somebody?
yeah, definitely.
Big guess for me, that one.
Right. Question 9. Which character does Rory Kinnear play in the films?
Rory Kinnear.
Yeah. What character does he play?
Can't remember.
He's in the new one, isn't he?
That page. Mixed all my pages off with a quiz on pretty similar.
Another guess.
Yeah. When you're ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for the next one.
Go for it, mate.
Who sung the theme song for Octopussy All Time High?
I thought these were supposed to be fucking easy, Pete.
Really? Are they? Really? I thought these were easier.
The last couple are quite hard. Yeah.
Well, next
Aye.
one might be quite hard.
I'll be feeling off of them.
So far, I'm feeling quietly confident.
Right. Question 11. What relation is Christopher Lee to Bond author Ian Fleming?
Another guess.
Ow.
Question 12. Name 2 actors who have played Blofeld.
Oh.
Question 13. Who sung the theme song for You Only Live Twice?
Oh man.
What was that one, Pete?
Who sung the theme song for You Only Live Twice?
Okay.
It's not Robbie Williams.
Right. Question 14. Who played Moneypenny from Dr. No to A View to a Kill?
Oh, Tippy, I'm gonna knock you out with these. It'll probably annoy us after this.
Well, you won't like the next one. Question 15. What does the acronym SPECTRE stand for?
For God's sake, man, Pete, what the? Oh my God, Pete, what have you done to this quiz?
What was that one, Pete? I missed that completely.
What does the acronym SPECTRE stand for?
Right, mate. Can't wait to get my payback on you, Pete, on Saturday. Not on Sunday. Ooh, I'm gonna get you for that.
Right.
Transform.
I think I've got it.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the names of the 2 assassins in Diamonds Are Forever?
Oh man, I should know this. It's Mr. and Mr. Staunton.
The pal always reckoned that they looked like Simon and Garfunkel, and that's all I can see now when I look at them.
My dad used to think they were the 2 fellas out of ABBA.
That's amazing. Terrorism
That's
failed, so
brilliant.
they went on to write pop music.
Oh,
I know it's not.
Benny and Bjorn have changed a bit.
Benny and Bjorn now.
that's brilliant. Right. Question 17. What was George Lazenby's profession before becoming Bond?
Don't even know.
Question 18. What was the fictional island owned by Dr. No?
Oh yeah, bloody hell. God, Mike Bond knows is shambolic. Can't remember.
I bet, mate. When you hear a
He's
lot
out-
of these
he's out,
answers, you'll recognise a lot of them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I need to go back and watch it.
Well himself.
See, because the last time I watched a Bond film was like 2015.
Oh, I thought you told me you watched them recently. You told me you've seen them all.
I've seen them
Yeah.
all. Yeah, I have
Well-
seen them all. But there was only like 2 I haven't seen, and that was like it was like it was 3. Like I think one was GoldenEye, then it was License to Kill and Living Daylights. They're the only ones I haven't seen.
Right.
But my knowledge is pretty vague, so I'm gonna have to have a Bond marathon.
Question 19. Robert Shaw starred in From Russia with Love, but what was his character's name?
Christ.
God, peace. I just didn't know who's the first one going to surrender.
I feel like I'm on Mastermind.
Yeah.
Last one feels like I'm on the bloody chase.
Uh,
I'm just gonna come out with all the daft answers now.
yeah, okay. Bit like me on Friday night.
Yeah.
But yeah. Question 20. How did Goldfinger die?
Oh man. Oh shit.
Right.
Pete looks like it would be in summoned later on.
Okay.
But I can't be bothered.
Question 21. What was Javier Bardem's character called in Skyfall?
Oh, for fuck's sake, I should know this. Ah.
What was that, Pete?
What was Javier Bardem's character called in Skyfall?
I could be a real knob here and ask, do you want his code name or his real name?
Either one of those.
Please don't be a knob.
Right.
Oh shit.
What's the matter now?
No, it's Soph's just there saying I'm watching you, Rai.
Right.
God.
Question 22. Which famous children's writer wrote the screenplay for You Only Live Twice?
I know that.
Just a guess on that one.
Right. Question 23. Rosamund Pike starred in which James Bond film? What was the first Bond theme song to reach UK #1? What was the first Bond theme to reach #1 in the UK charts?
Oh, this is going to have to be a guess.
Yeah. What was James Bond's rank in the Royal Navy? How old was Roger Moore in A View to a Kill?
My head's done in now. While all these questions, trying to find out me James Bond knowledge. I'm bloody hell. Call myself a fan. I should remember all this. I must remember bloody Doctor Who than this.
Right. Question 27. What British film studio has become synonymous with the Bond series?
Got it. That's easy.
Do you mean in terms of where it was filmed or distribution?
Where it was filmed.
Nice one.
Right. Ready for the next one?
Aye, we're on the home stretch now.
Yeah. What is the names of James Bond's parents?
Oh, yeah, nah. Skyfall and all.
Not a clue.
Oh, Pete, what you done over?
You do actually see it in Spectre, don't you? Skyfall, sorry.
It's been years since I watched Skyfall and all.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right. Question 29. What was the nickname of producer Albert R. Broccoli? What was his nickname?
I haven't got a clue.
And the final question. Who directed No Time to Die?
Guess, but I know it's not right.
So, you're finished?
Yep.
Yep.
Looks like it.
So I'll just say the question and you just I'll just say the question and you just give us the answer. So what did you get for question 1?
Casino Royale.
What about you, Andy?
Casino Royale.
What about you, Ryan?
Casino Royale.
Note.
It was Casino Royale. What about question 2? What did you get?
A virgin or fat bastard?
A helicopter.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a helicopter, gyrocopter, yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. What about question 3? What did
Dolph
you get for
Lundgren.
question
Dolph
Yep.
Lundgren.
3? Correct.
I'll put Liam Neeson.
What about question 4?
Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson.
Yep, correct. Question 5.
License revoked.
License revoked.
Correct.
I didn't know. I've seen the film and all. With
Yeah.
License to Bloody Kill. I was not like once you said the quote, I thought, bloody hell, man. God.
What did you get for question 6? The 2 films Robbie Coltrane was in.
I said GoldenEye and Will Is Not Enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
That's the ones. Golden.
They're the ones.
Eh? Well, yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good guess.
Well done, Ryan. What about question 7? Who played
Richard
Jaws?
Keel.
Correct.
Richard Keel, yeah.
Correct.
Had nothing for that.
Happy Gilmore's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is
What
in there.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Happy Gilmore. Question 8. What did you put for that?
David Harbour.
David Harbour.
Yeah, just
Well
a
done.
guess with David Harbour.
What did you get for question 9?
A guess with Felix.
Bill
Leiter.
Tanner.
What did you say, JT?
Bill Tanner.
You'd be correct.
There it is.
Yes, Bill Tanner. Question 10. Who sung the song for Octopussy with All Time High?
Rita Coolidge.
Rita Coolidge.
Correct. What did you get for question 11?
Dominic Cooper.
I should put nephew.
No,
Cousins seemed to ring a bell for me, but I wasn't 100% sure.
you're correct. They're cousins.
Oh well.
Right. What did you get for question 12? 2 actors who played Blofeld.
Donald Pleasance and Christoph Waltz.
I went Charles Gray and Telly Savalas.
Yep,
I went Donald Pleasance and Telly Savalas.
correct. Yep. What did you get for 13?
Blank.
Nancy Sinatra.
Yep, Nancy Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
What about 14?
Lois Maxwell.
Correct.
No, I didn't get that one.
Now, this will be a hard one. What does the acronym SPECTRE stand for? Do you want to go first, JT?
Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge and Extortion.
Correct.
I only got terrorism. I knew the
I
team
knew
was
you'd
the terrorists.
get that right. I knew you'd get that right, JT. So yeah.
I had
well
to try.
done.
I wanted to spell it out in my mind to like which order are they in. And
So what did you get for 16?
16. It's Mr. Kid, Mr. Wint, isn't it? If I've got the names right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the name.
Benny and Bjorn.
Indeed.
I
Does the
can't watch
mother
that
know
film
that
the same way now. Thanks, Andy. Brilliant.
Quite funny because they're after money in the film, aren't they?
Yeah. What did you get for question 17?
I think I'm wrong, but was he a model?
I thought
He was a
model,
model.
yeah.
Yes, he was a model. And what did you get for 18?
Crab Key.
Correct.
I thought neck around. That's where Richard Branson lives.
What did you get for question 19?
Donald Red Grant.
You're correct. JT, Red Grant. Yeah. And for question 20, how did Goldfinger die, Anne?
I wasn't sure how to
Sucked
word it. I'm going to say he's sucked out of a window on a plane, isn't he?
Yes.
Yep, correct. And for question 21, what did you get?
Raul Silva or Tiago Rodriguez.
Yep, correct. I did put both names down in case you wrote both names, but yeah, if you've got either Raul Silva or Diego Rodriguez, you get a point. What about question 22?
Roald Dahl?
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl.
Yep, Roald Dahl. What about question 23? Rosamund Pike. What film was she in?
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day, yeah.
Yep, correct. And question 24, what was the first Bond theme song to reach the UK #1?
I had no idea with this, so I took a stab at View to a Kill.
Nope. What about you, Andy?
I sort of went with an educated guess, and I thought, well, the Beatles had a load of hits, so I thought Live and Let Die.
Nope. It was actually Writing on the Wall by Sam Smith.
Wow.
That is shocking.
British public have no taste.
Yeah.
What did you get for 25? What was his rank in the Royal Navy?
Commander.
Yep.
Commander.
And how old was Roger Moore when he was in A View to a Kill?
57?
Correct.
Well, I'll put 59.
Well, he looked 79, didn't he? But
Yeah, definitely. What did you get for question 27?
Pinewood.
Pinewood food. Yeah.
Pinewood.
What the heck was that? Was that you, Ryan?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay. Question 28. What was the name of James Bond's parents?
Andrew and Monique Bond.
Correct. $29. What did you get?
Cubby.
Correct.
I put Big B.
Big P.
Big B, yeah.
Yeah.
No clue.
I thought it was Big Fish, Little Fish, cardboard box.
And what did you put for question 30? Who directed No Time to Die?
Carrie.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that one.
So part your scores and let's see who got them all right or who got the most. I think I know who.
Yeah.
I'll failed miserably.
How many did you get, Ryan?
What, me?
Yeah.
I completely don't have a clue.
You gave
I
up,
was,
threw in the towel, didn't you?
yeah, I did it through in the towel. It's like I am so ashamed of me being a Bond fan. I literally do. Literally.
Mm.
It's like, why did I not remember all these questions? Like, well, not the answers. How could I?
Don't worry about it. It's all about the fun of taking part. What about you,
I
Andy?
know.
What did you get?
Yeah, 19.
19. What did you get, JT?
29.
Whoa. Well done. Well done, JT.
Hey.
Yeah, the
Well
only
done.
one I really didn't have a clue about was the single, the number one single.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I read up about it. I wouldn't have thought that would have been the first number one. I would have thought something way earlier, like what you said, Andy, Live and Let Die.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Well done, JT. Well done, Andy. And well,
Well done, mate.
yeah. Let's have a look, see what the comments is. Moving on, Edward says, do you think it's going to be big shoes to fill in to top Craig as Bond? Suppose so, but then it's all down to like the story as well, whether the direction of the film will be good.
I think
Yeah.
it's the character in that it's the longest continually running film franchise in history, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
So I think it'll always be big shoes to fill. But, yeah, just whoever gets it next, do your own thing with it, isn't it? Really, and try and make
Definitely.
something good.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's never ever really been my favourite Bond, Daniel Craig. So I think, yeah, he's gonna be. There are some big shoes there, definitely to fill, because I know people love him as Bond so much. But for me, it's not really a big deal to me because I don't really rate Craig as Bond. He's not my Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's just see what happens next for me.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Yeah.
What about you, Rob?
Mate, yeah, I'll say the next person who played Bond, they like as we're saying with like what JT said, bring in like a brand new Bond, but like try and make it something different for him as well. Like have like a different interpretation of Bond. So like you just don't, because I think you just don't know what you're gonna expect. Like, is that Bond going to be, ruthless? Is he going to be ignorant? Like, is he going to be like, is he going to go absolutely mad? You just don't know. It's like we need something new to the table. That's what we need now after like the past like few odd year of having Daniel Craig as Bond. Because I think like what he's like pretty filling in now is that the last Bond movie is going to be his last. And I'm hoping that whoever gets it next, I'm hoping they're going to do a really good job when they do it.
Oh, really? It'll be interesting to see what direction they take the franchise after Craig's exit.
I think it really will, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder whether or not they'll keep the supporting cast. Or, like, the Ray Fiennes as M and Ben Whishaw as Q, Naomi Harris as Moneypenny. And whether they'll sort of do like sort of like what they've done with Moore and Dalton, a soft reboot in the softest possible sense sort of thing. And just sort of carry on with the same background cast, or whether they'll go another hard reboot and do another however many film arc for another character or whatever. I kind of want them to keep the recurring characters, just let the Daniel Craig stuff be, and then just sort of carry on with the world that they've established. But I have a feeling that every time there's a new actor now, we're going to get a complete hard reboot, and it's going to be, almost like the Batman Begins coming out of Batman and Robin sort of thing, or Batman versus Superman coming out of Dark Knight. I think they're going to do that sort of thing with it every time and just go completely different.
That's what I wonder.
Yeah.
We have Film Flick here. Hi, guys. Hi, mate.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. He said, "Thank you for subbing and the kind words about my channel. Would love to have you on the stream some point if you're up for it. Thanks ever so much, mate. Yeah, we'll have to sort something out." Viper says, "My top 3 favorite David Lynch, Martin Scorsese, and David Cronenberg. Good choices for directors."
That was when everybody nipped for a pee and you left me on my own.
Yeah, yeah. Flex says, "Been left on your own." Yeah. So I picked his favourite directors. Matt says, "Dune sounds very promising." Yes, the reviews have been quite positive, haven't they? For the new one.
I'm certainly intrigued.
Yeah. I think it's split between 2 films, isn't it?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah. I think it comes out later in October, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looking forward to watching that. The trailer looked really impressive, but I haven't seen the original. Have you seen the original? No.
I've seen one of them. There's a couple of adaptations of it, isn't there?
Yeah, there's like a TV show, and then there's the one with the guy from Twin Peaks in, as well as Sting.
Yeah, David Lynch.
I've seen that one with Carl McLaughlin, the David Lynch one. I didn't mind it, but I didn't love it either.
Yeah.
I'm in that boat as well. I think it's very okay. Is probably like the best way to sum it up. There's things in it, like Patrick Stewart's in it as well, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's not as engaging as you'd like it to be. It's just because I know David Lynch doesn't really like the film either. I think he pretty much disowned it. Because I think the version he had was like 4 hours long, and I think the studio was like, no, it needs massively trimming, and I know he was really against that. But it's not the worst thing, I don't think.
No.
Film Flick says he went to see Spectre and fell asleep.
Don't blame you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stand in Silence. Live and Let Die is one I remember seeing at an early age. I think Roger Moore is my favourite Bond. Good choice. Always liked him in the sound.
Yeah, because my dad sort of introduced me to Bond, and he said he could never get on board with Roger Moore as Bond because he always saw him as the Saint.
Yeah.
Because Connery was like his favourite Bond. But yeah, he could just never ever get on board with Roger Moore as Bond for some reason. He just always saw him as the Saint.
Yeah, that's how my dad feels. The same with Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Cobra says the first Bond movie I saw at the cinema was The Living Daylights. Cool, very good.
I bet that would have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jules is here. Hi guys. Have a wonderful stream tonight. Not staying on as not my kind of chat tonight. Take care, all of you. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Jules.
Yeah. Hey up. See you later.
The comments have gone all weird. Matt says Live and Let Die was my favourite Roger Moore film. Yeah, it's one of the better ones, I think.
It's one of his better ones, yeah.
Yeah. What is your favourite Roger Moore film, man, out of the Bond franchise?
Octopussy for me.
Really? Wow.
Mine is The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yep, good choice.
Absolutely love that film.
Yeah.
It's the thing that's difficult about picking a Roger Moore film is each one's completely different to the last one.
Definitely. Yeah, I can get where you.
It's what's so hard. They're all different.
There's a lot of tonally.
I think
different
the most
ones.
competently made one is Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, the one I always rewatched as a kid was View to a Kill.
That was a lot of fun.
I know it's not a great film, but it's such a guilty pleasure for me. Like I love Christopher Walken as Zorin, and
brilliant.
The end scene where he just sort of turns into a bit of he just sort of turns into a bit of a ruthless knobhead, just mowing down all his workers, and I was just like, whoa, this is getting dark. This now, and I love the final sequence on the Golden Gate Bridge as well. It's just there's just something about that film that I quite like. I know it's not great, but it's just I gravitate towards it. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's a good time.
I know exactly what you mean, Andy. Yeah, it's same for me. So I think it's just easy to watch.
Yeah, it's an easy one. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an easy one. It's a good time. It's just the actors on screen are having fun, and I think you're having fun with them because I love. You know, even Grace Jones as well. You can just tell they're having a good time, and it's just an easy. It's an easy film to watch.
Isn't Patrick McNee from the Avengers in it?
Yeah,
he's in that one. Yeah. Tibbet, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of like Bond's handyman.
For me, probably my favourite is The Spy Who Loved Me. But when I was a kid, I used to love Moonraker. Just such a fun film, especially the space sequences. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will be a good one for you, Ryan. Who do you think will be the next Doctor Who?
I completely don't even know at the minute because I totally don't even know what's going on about next year. Right? I bet we won't find out until like next year. I know what's going to happen. Right? Oh yeah, announcing that Jodie and that's leaving. There's not going to be an announcement until next year. I'll tell you. That's the thing.
Who would you like to see to be the next Doctor?
Right. Female wise, I want either Olivia Colman or June Martin. Joe Martin. So I want to see her portrayal as the Doctor properly.
Yeah.
And actor wise, I know this is not never going to happen because he's too famous. So I was going to say Michael Sheen.
Yeah.
Or someone that would make good Doctor. I would just say Michael Sheen.
Yeah. That's good. Good choices. What about you, JT?
I don't really watch it, to be fair. I'm not minded the Tennant stuff and watched the run with Jodie Whittaker recently. Our lass is quite a big fan of it. I really don't know enough about it to make an educated comment. Our lass wants Jarvis Cocker, the guy from the band Pulp, to do it. She thinks that he'd bring an eccentricity to it that would suit the character well. But yeah, I haven't really got an opinion myself on the subject.
Cool. What about you, Andy?
I've not watched it in a while, to be honest. I think I sort of found the Capaldi era a bit of a stretch to get through, and I wasn't really keen on Jodie Whittaker.
Why do I help?
I'd just have a joke answer and say Daniel Craig because I think he's out of a job now, isn't he? So give it to him.
That's a good choice.
There you go, Jodie Whittaker's going to be next Bond.
Yeah.
You just swap
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. For me, I'd like to see Chris Marshall be the next Doctor. I think he would be quite a very David Tennant like sort. I wouldn't be too surprised the guy from It's a Sin will be the next Doctor, because I think Russell T Davies did say he would want him as the Doctor. What's his name? Ollie Alexander?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they did go down keeping the Doctor as a female, it'll never happen, but I'd like to see Jodie Comer from Killing Eve as the Doctor. But I think she's way too big now.
Yeah, she's really blown up, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's this? Stand in Silence says, I like that song Garbage did for the World Is Not Enough. Yeah, I can remember that one. That wasn't a bad song.
Not bad, yeah.
Stand in Silence says, Matt vs. Movies, that's awesome. Live and Let Die is a good movie, yeah. Where's comments gone now? Stand in Silence, I think this is Peter. Are we supposed to just shout the answers here? She wins here. Afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining.
She wins.
Hello.
Surf says, you guys are summoned after the live stream. Wow. Thank you, Surf.
That mean you're
Cobra says,
Oh, well, I was summoned.
I don't know. Cobra says, I think a new cast all round for the next Bond would be good. It wouldn't surprise me if they did do that, a full-on reboot after the Craig era.
I'd keep the same Q and M.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it would be a shame to lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. What's his name? Ben Witcher as
Yeah.
you? I think he's brilliant. I do hope he stays on. Cobra also says there's an interview with David Lynch on YouTube. He talks about filming Dune and says it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me from what I've heard. James says, what's your favourite Bond song?
Did we already ask this question?
I think we might have done, didn't we?
Yeah.
Somebody said.
Yeah. I'm going to say the 80s era, like Duran Duran, Aha, Gladys Knight.
Yeah.
They're my favourite ones.
They're the ones that feel like the most classic Bond themes to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ryan? The same?
I'll probably like mine's probably be like If You Do a Kill.
Yeah. Me, it's Nobody Does It Better and Skyfall. Really like them too.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Bond gadget? I think we've also had that one and all, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we had the next two as well.
Yeah. Which Bond girl was your favourite? Who would you like most to see as a villain in a Bond film?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Danny DeVito. I think it'd be a fun, good time.
Yeah.
It'll just be me laughing at Danny DeVito every time, just looking at his face.
I'll tell you what I'm going to say. I'm going to say one of James's favourite actors, Stephen Graham. Is it his name?
Stephen Graham. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be a right choice.
That'd be really good.
Yeah. Oh, it will make a great villain.
I know someone who would have been amazing back in the day, but he can't do it anymore now because he's too frail. But Tim Curry,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
yeah.
Well, I mean, my thoughts would have been Alan Rickman, but obviously he's no longer with us. So.
Yeah.
Yes, Alan Rickman was superb.
I would say.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Ryan, mate.
I did have an idea, but my mate died after the Hunger Games came out. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
He can play a really good villain if
He was in one of the Mission Impossible films, wasn't
third
he?
one.
The third one.
Yeah, it was in the third one. I tell you something.
He's the best part of that film.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think if he was still alive, I think Philip Seymour Hoffman could have pulled it off because he knows how to play a really good villain. Like he actually scares you in that Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
like
I think people working today, Chiwetel Ejiofor would be quite good.
Yeah, I agree. He's a great actor. He was in Doctor Strange, wasn't he? I think.
Yeah, he sort of played the. Well, there was the spoilers. There was the reveal, wasn't there, that he was one of the villains at the end, but he's sort of mostly an ally through that film, isn't he, until the post credits or the end of the film or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cobra says, "What are your thoughts on the unofficial Bond movie, Never Say Never Again?"
It's not very good, but it's an interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting watch, just from the fact that it's a film made completely out of a lawsuit. And they literally made it as a, excuse my language, but as a fuck you to the the Eon team that made it.
More interesting than the story, the film, really.
Yeah, the behind the scenes, there's books written about it, there's documentaries. It's one of my favourite things to have ever sort of researched in Bond is that whole era.
Didn't it go up against Octopussy?
Yeah, they released it in the same. They were going to go head to head, and then I think Warner Brothers put Never Say Never out again at the time on behalf of Orion, and I think they knew better than to go against the official thing. So one of them came out in the summer, and one came out in the winter, I think. And Octopussy did better, but not by much. It was a close race, to be fair. But yeah, the legal battles behind all that were the reason that they couldn't use Spectre or Blofeld in a film up until this most recent one that they've done, and it literally took for the guy that made Never Say Never Again to die, and his kids to basically go, oh well, we've had enough of this shite, have the rights back, before they could do it again.
Really?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how much legal stuff is going behind the scenes with that.
Yeah, because like Fleming wanted to make, he wrote Casino Royale and Moonraker and Live and Let Die in the early Bond novels, and thought this would make a really good film, and he was just too eager to do it, and so got involved with people that he perhaps shouldn't have got involved with, and then him and Kevin McClory wrote the synopsis of Thunderball, and then when they couldn't get anybody to option it, Fleming turned it into his book, but didn't give it a co-writing credit or anything like that. So of course, when he sued him, McClory, won all the rights and basically hit Fleming where it hurt and took the film rights and stuff like that. So that's why they were able to do it. But it's, I say, if you like James Bond, like I do, it's a fascinating piece of the franchise's history.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy? What's your thoughts on Never Say Never Again?
Yeah, I just think it's dumb fun. I watched it for the first time a couple of years ago with my mates Mike and Rich, and I said to them, "Oh, does it have the gun barrel sequence and all that?" And they said, "Don't remember, I've not seen it in ages." And it didn't, and then it turns out the opening really, really reminded me of the Schwarzenegger film Commando. it was just really, really surreal and insane. And I was like, okay, where's this film going? And it goes to some strange places. But it's one bizarre film, especially coming from Empire Strikes Back director as well.
Yeah.
Frank Kirschner. It was just such a strange, surreal experience. I absolutely loved it. Thought it was really entertaining, but it was like seeing a different take on Bond when Bond was really popular. To like see a different sort of version of it. But yeah, I don't think it's good, but I think it's entertaining.
It definitely is entertaining, isn't it? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, and obviously I don't think any of us were born when it came out, so probably an irrelevant point. But I almost wish that rather than trying to do a cheap imitation of what the official series had done for 25 years at that point and 60 years now, I really wish that they'd gone completely, sort of not to the same level that the comedy Casino Royale did, but like still make a serious, gritty film. But they could have done so much with it, and especially having Sean Connery there, that's all the draw you need for a James Bond film, really. I think they could have done so much with it, and it's interesting, fascinating piece of film history.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a great film, but it's a fun watch. It's great to see Sean Connery back in it, even though how old was he at the time? He must have been getting on.
He'd have been mid to late 50s, same as Roger Moore would have been.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. And I think the title of the film, Never Say Never Again, it wasn't that to do with like when they asked him before whether he'd do Bond, he'd said never. I think that's to do with why they named it that.
Yeah.
But I've been looking for that on Blu-ray and DVD. That's really expensive to get now. Never Say Never Again. I think it's print, isn't it?
When it came to Blu-ray in 2013 for the 30th anniversary of it, it got a limited run over here, and I bought it opening day. But it's gone out of print, hasn't it? I think you can get a Scandinavian release for about 20 quid. I think that's the cheapest I've seen it about.
Yeah, I've seen the Scandinavian one around the £15 to £20 mark. But even like pre-owned versions of the DVD is going for like 15 to 20 quid. It's unbelievable. But,
yeah, it is, isn't it? I think it's one of them where MGM and Sony and Aeon Productions are kind of almost trying to pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Have you seen the film, Ryan?
Yes. It's shit.
He's not wrong.
It's shit. Literally, I literally like the film. Literally drags. That's what it does. It literally drags. I nearly know it off halfway through it. I was like, well, it's absolutely terrible.
That's a to the point answer, Ryan. Very to the point. Sophie says James McAvoy as the Doctor, please.
I don't see that happening.
He would be quite good.
Be a good one, wouldn't it? But he's too big.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's in the Dark Materials TV series, isn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he was quite good in there.
I suppose though, we discount actors and actresses because they've been too big, but in the last, especially with streaming and things, TV's made a real resurgence, hasn't it? As a platform for A-list actors to make stuff. The quality of TV miniseries and stuff that we're getting now is on a par with, if not better than, some films that come out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Some of the past years have been incredible for TV. Yeah.
Yeah. I always saw TV as like a stepping stone for actors. To get into movies. It was just sort of like a tool to get into movies because TV was a lot smaller audience. Yeah.
Matt B Movie says, heading off now, guys. Great Bond stream tonight. Cheers. Thanks ever so much for watching.
Cheers, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. So we're coming up to 10 o'clock. Do you want to continue on or do you want to finish?
I probably won't be have to be too much longer, lads, because I have got work in the morning. So
Yeah, we'll finish up now, because it's 10 o'clock now. So that's all right. So thank you ever so much, JT, for joining tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you back on here.
yeah, it's been great fun. I'd love to come back again if you'll have me.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be asking you again soon. Get you back on. Thanks again, Ryan, for joining, even though you didn't really like the quiz. Yeah. And thank you always, Andy, for joining as well.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, and thank you at home for watching. We'll be back again same time next week at 7:30 with Andy from Forgotten World of Movies, as well as Jim Jam Movies and TVs, and we'll also have 2 special guests. So join us next week at the same time. So as always, thank you for watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be totally awesome. And as always, till next time, bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.